First port of call is 2022, public 394. Apologies for absence.
I haven't received any apologies for absence, but Councillors Steve Lewis and Safir Hussain are absent without apologies.
Okay, thank you. Point 95, declarations of interest. To receive any declarations of interest in accordance with the requirements of the Localism Act 2011, and to consider any requests for dispensations in request of pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest in agenda items. No? Oh, cool. Point 96, minutes. To resolve to approve as a correct record of the notes of the meeting the council held on the 25th of October, because we missed the last month as well. So obviously that's going back a little bit, but is there a proposer for the minutes?
I wasn't in attendance, was I?
Okay,
I
so
propose them and you
Should-
second them, but
just
that's
you and me
what we're doing.
You can vote on them because otherwise you wouldn't be able to get minutes through if people have left the
I
committee.
don't know if it's a true record or not,
No,
though, do
no,
I?
but
So I
you
can't,
can.
I'm not comfortable voting on something I don't know nothing about.
I agree.
Well, then you can't approve the minutes.
okay,
Well,
well,
how are you going to get them approved then?
But that's
Because
what I'm saying, you should be able
who
to.
was in attendance at the meeting?
You were.
I was at that one. Was
Yeah.
it the last one I was not at?
The last
Yeah.
one we
yeah,
didn't have.
we did have one.
Ah, so this isn't the postponed.
This is
That
the
was
25th
one
of
before
October. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember it.
Are you agreeing?
I will agree
Yeah.
if I was here.
Thank you.
I thought I'd missed two.
Sign and date and 19th, 12th, 22. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, point 97, to receive a report from the clerk.
Okay, so our locking up service encountered an off-lead dog in Carter's Park one evening. The owner was abusive to our locking up service, and I witnessed this from the other end of the telephone. They maintained that they didn't know that you weren't allowed to have dogs off the lead in the park. I believe that one of our other members of Open Spaces said that it sounded like somebody that's been causing problems elsewhere in Holbeach. The tree in All Saints Churchyard that has a limb touching the church roof, I've spoken to the tree surgeon today, and he will deal with this in the new year for no additional charge when he does the work in the park and the cemetery.
Fantastic.
And South Holland District Council are now listing all places within the district where there's an outdoor gym, and they've asked us if we have one, so I said we have one in Carter's Park, so we're going to list it there.
Okay,
That's me done.
wonderful, thank you very much. Right, point 28A, 98A, sorry, to receive an update on the Bowls area maintenance.
The only thing we have to report is obviously we had the prices in, so we decided not to go with those. But our staff have started doing some maintenance, and in fact I think they've cut the green events down.
Yep.
So it's an ongoing process.
No
So we
worries.
just got to.
I know there was, they've got the scarifier going today.
Okay.
But I think it's just going to be a combination of utilising the equipment that's there, making sure they're fully conversant with it.
Yeah.
I know it did take a bit of getting the actual scarifier going,
Right, okay.
so but they seem quite adept at actually
Mhm.
the maintenance side, so I don't think
Okay.
that'll be a problem. But are we still awaiting lists of chemicals that we need for that? I did see the email earlier, so do you want me to chase them? Do you want to chase them?
I've chased them, but there's been an exchange going on all afternoon, so hopefully we'll get it now.
Okay, cool. Yeah. 98B, to receive an update on slide following the meeting with the supplier. Okay. So, obviously, communication with them today. How would you best describe it? They were a little bit standoffish, to say,
Yeah,
initially.
they were a little bit defensive of the
Their
proposals they put forward, yes.
They definitely didn't want to go down the road of taking it out. So where we currently sit is they're going to put detailed proposals in for a second level on the top of the slide, shrinking the steepness of that slope out, whether that be with building it up or with additional mulch. As the slide comes down, replacing the bottom part, and also to take out the mulch that is anywhere near the handrail. So basically to reduce the safety concerns that we've raised with them. Now obviously that's not a, yes we're going to go with that, that's a, they're going to come back to us with detailed diagrammatic drawings to say what they're going to do. And then obviously we'll have to take that back to full council and then suspend standing orders and have a chat about it then. But I think it was quite obvious that the MD of the company wasn't overly impressed.
Good.
But obviously it's not something that they outwardly going to show what you've got the salesman there necessarily. So, but you know, it's not fit for purpose, and I think they've taken that on board certainly. So, see what we come back with. That's all we can do. Any other points on the? No. Okay. So 98C to resolve to agree to make a proper path by the pavilion.
It's the area, obviously, that goes down alongside the pavilion. It's had pea gravel, which just disperses basically.
Okay.
But since they've moved the fence for the football club, you've just got a stupid little area of grass, which is going to become a complete
Quagmire.
yeah.
So it does need some work anyhow. So the idea is to try and look at putting a new edge alongside and roughing up the surface as best as we can. But instead of using pea gravel, potentially look at using the line scale like we used in the Jubilee Garden.
Yeah.
Because it's relatively cheap, and then compact it.
Yep.
Because then once it's compacted, it stays firm, whereas pea gravel just goes everywhere. So it's really looking at the options that we've got, getting some costings together, and asking staff whether it's something, I mean, they should be able to do it, it's not a problem. So they need to come back to us with their thoughts and their proposals now as to what they're going to need for it, and then we can get the costings for it.
Yeah. And that's going to go from where the pavilion is to the end of that bit?
Oh yeah, so
Because
basically,
there's an actual hard standing
Yeah.
bit, isn't there?
yeah, you've got the area that you obviously got the tarmac,
Yep.
either end, and it's the section that
In between.
in between, because it just gets messy, and because you get no sun down there, it's a hazard when it is
Yeah.
frosty, and especially when it's got leaves and everything, which they have cleared, it becomes quite treacherous down there. So
Okay.
it needs to be looked at and find a suitable solution that's not going to be costing us an arm and a leg. So it's really what we can come up with, to be honest.
Okay.
So if we discuss it at the work scheduling with them and get them to come up with what they're going to need for it,
So we can cost it
so we
properly.
can cost it properly.
Okay. So that sounds a fair plan. Any thoughts on it, Rachel?
No, I mean, it's an area that needs addressing, so it concerns me if we're asking the staff to do it, and if you're going to try and compress it, we can't hire anything.
Yeah.
That's
But,
the other problem, isn't it?
We'll have to look at options of what can be done.
Well, it's like when we did the Jubilee Garden, you know, I did bring the whacker plate that I've got at home in, so there's the utilisation of that if they want to, but obviously it's not council owns. So,
But until you've had discussion with the staff, yes, I agree, something has got to be sorted.
okay. So, result to agree is to mention it at the work scheduling, get them to come back to us with how much materials or what sort of materials they're going to need and quantities and timescales, and then we can come back next month and
Say yes, we can afford it,
Yeah.
or no, we can't.
It's only the resolution is only to make a proper path, so you don't need to bring it back.
okay
You bring back any costings,
Yeah.
but to finance, but you don't need to.
to bring back. Yeah. So we agreed to make a proper path. The only thing that we need to go is the costings later on. Okay. Proposer. Is Rachel second that? Right. All in favour? Okay, 22.99 allotments. A, to receive an update on the waiting list.
So our waiting list is down to 2 people, one of which is after allotments at Plancook and we don't have any, and the other one is Northlands Lane where we don't currently have any. So that's on the waiting list.
Okay, thank you. Point B, to receive an update on the allotment inspections.
Okay, so it's mainly battlefields. We sent out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters. There was 8 plots, sorry. 2 of them were with the same person who responded to our letter by finishing their tenancy. One's come back who was a new one, and they have started to make headway there. The others I haven't heard from. One of those has been issued with a final thing to the 31st of January that was agreed to by recorded delivery to pay, because they haven't paid either.
Okay.
And from those letters, 6 letters that have gone out, one person's given up today, so we've got another one. But so 6 letters went out. 6 letters went out by recorded delivery saying people had to pay by the 31st or they're serving notice. We've currently got 7 plots, including the new ones at Battlefields, available. So we've got more than we have. That's it regarding the update. Oh, and we've got all these, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plots that have been offered at Battlefields, and one's came in today to say yes, they want one, but with the post as it is, we do put 7 days on, but I think we've just got to be a bit more lenient because the post isn't getting through, so and that's that, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Point C, to receive the report on Northlands Lane apartments.
I sent this out to everybody. I went and met 2 of the allotment holders. There seems to have been some issues over the years where various people from the council have said if one becomes a vacant, just carry on and use it. There's been no tenancy agreements. The basic part of it is that there are 2 there that haven't paid their rent, so they're part of the 6 that have received letters. So I'm now confident that that one, I know who's doing what, where and everything, so I'll move on. I'm still waiting. I did make an appointment to go down to Dog Grove, but the gentleman didn't arrive, so I'll have to try again with that one.
And on the Northlands Lane one, if there's a couple of letters that's gone out in relation to that, for that haven't been paid yet, and we've got somebody on the waiting list that wants one in Northlands Lane, we can enact that should we have the facility. Wonderful.
Can I just ask Janice, one of the ones that's been sent a letter about non-payment, is that also the person that has sublet?
Yes, and we have
Okay.
sent letters out, but we have to do it, we have to do one letter, then you have to demand the rent, then notify them the rent's outstanding, and then a final rent demand.
Yeah, my take on that would be that they have broken their agreement by subletting, so therefore they should be automatically served notice. That's my take on it, but if the process is already starting now, then there's not much else we can do at the minute. But I don't see why they've broken their agreement.
We have asked if they're subletting and they've said no, so we've only got one person's word against it. That's the issue. We've got no absolute proof. Well, we know, but if you know what I mean. I mean, I can change that. I can say that.
Yeah. I think the thing is, from my point of view, we have been told from various people on various areas that there are people subletting. And the issue with that is that ultimately, yes, they've broken their agreement, but we don't know what price they are charging these people. And I suspect that they're making a profit out of it, which is completely unacceptable. And if we get to know that anybody is subletting and we have that from whoever, I just think we should serve notice, because it's not right that they should be making a profit out of land that they are tenanting from us and they haven't told us the situation.
No,
It's
I
not
can
right.
do that.
I mean, on that note, do we have like any form of facilities for people to report that? Or is it just kind of an email here, a phone call there?
What, that he's subletting?
Well, so
Subletting?
yeah, so if someone has an allotment and someone in there subletting it, do we have any formal facilities to report that?
No, it's just really they'll come into the office and tell us, or a little email or something. That's how it's.
And what would we need to be able to enforce that, like a written letter or a signed letter or something? Or
We can, if we're aware that they are being sublet, then we can just serve the notice anyway.
oh, so this isn't like a whole formal hierarchical thing. It's
There's a process you have to go through, but yeah, it's absolutely fine.
okay. So I mean, if you've got a situation where someone's subletting and we know what's kind of intervening there, what's stopping us?
We write to them and say we've been informed that they're subletting,
Okay.
which we have done on several occasions now with this one. But the person doesn't communicate with us, so.
Which again would red flag as far as I'm concerned. If they're not communicating with us, then clearly they don't wish to have anything to do with
No.
what they're letting. You know,
And they're not just subletting to one person, they're subletting some to one, some to another,
Yeah.
so.
And I believe the final reminder's gone out.
For the rent, but
Yeah.
we can still just say that, as the rent's unpaid and you're subletting,
Yeah.
we are terminating the tenancy agreement on, and we can say it will be terminated on the 31st of January.
I think we should. I really do, because,
That's, yeah,
it's just taking the mickey, really.
it's also setting a precedent, because if we're letting one person get away with it, other people are going to start thinking that as well.
It's not been, it happens on other sites as well, unfortunately, but.
Yeah, it's just what you're willing to tolerate versus what you can deal with. Right? But yeah, no, I agree with Isabel on this one.
I'm looking for the same.
Yeah, so it's just to receive a report, so we don't need to necessarily agree with it, but in that sense, if we're putting forward an action that needs to happen, do you need,
I can do that.
you can do
just-
that, so that's fine, so you can do it. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so 22.3.100, work scheduling. To resolve to agree the work schedule.
Right, so the last one was I'll just do that for ease. Collect and put out road signs, that's all been done.
Yeah.
So take that off. Collect and return road signs, that's been done. Churchyard clear leaves before the 3rd of the 12th has been done. This is, so you You don't know what we're doing, do you?
It is new
Sorry.
to me.
Sorry, so we've got a red, amber and green, and this is for the open spaces team so they know what to do, so I'm just editing the last one.
Okay.
Nature reserve, cut back ivy, some has been done. Somebody needs to check just to make sure that you can get in there. If I've got time tomorrow morning, I'll pop down there and have a look.
Yeah, I think from where they are with the ivy, they've got to the point of needing a brush cutter, and then obviously the attachment to go onto the trimmer. Because if they use hedge trimmers in there, they're going to knuckle the hedge trimmers up, and if they use the cord in there, they're going to get through so much cord because it's, you know, at the level that it's at. So I think that's where they're up to with that one.
So I'll leave that on there, shall I?
Yeah.
So we're going to order what they need so that they can, because by the time they get it,
Yeah.
out with Christmas and everything,
Yeah.
we may as well just get the order in and get it done.
No,
Because they're going to need it in other
Yeah.
areas anyhow, aren't they?
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I know what it is. So it's a brush cutter,
Brush cutter and a fitting kit, I think.
head. It is actually a brush cutter. It's not a strimmer that they use. So bowls, lawn maintenance and leaves. Shall I leave that on?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it needs to be ongoing through the winter months.
Compile list of chemicals, etc. I'm waiting for that. Carter's Park raised tree canopy to 3 metres. That's, we've got the permission now for along with Park Road. Well, no, the next one, Park Road. Oh no, sorry, that's Carter's Park. Park Road trim boundary hedges. That's still there. Chipping ongoing. Remove duck food machine for winter, that's been done. And I believe the canopy has been done in Netherfield. And apart from risk assessments and paperwork, that's the red list.
Yep.
On amber, clean and spray behind the office, that's been done.
Yep.
The chain they've measured, I haven't ordered it yet. Battlefield trim and prep plot for composting. That hasn't been done, but we can't, if we do get people that want to let Battlefield, we can't let them until that stakes and everything. So do you want me to move that to red? Or?
Yeah.
Well, that, yeah, I mean, you don't need to bother about the clearing of that area so much. That can stay within amber, but you
Yeah.
need the rubbish to be cleared from
Yeah.
those
And
plots
staked out.
and staked out. Just two separate things.
Battlefields. Plots. So I'll leave that in amber. Play equipment repaint Carter's Park. Benches repaint and recite Carter's Park. Cedar Park Road. Pressure wash tennis courts. Toilets, doors and remove brick walls. Fortnightly visits to Hallgate. Servicing handheld equipment. That's all in amber. And then in green, Carter's Park trees on Park Road boundary, tree canopy to 3 metres. So that can be
Go to red, I would put it.
red.
Yeah, because a lot of the kids are off.
Yeah.
Sensible to do it now, is it
Yeah.
not?
And we've got permission now for the.
Mhm.
There's something they can actually start this week.
Yep.
Ideally. Well, there's no cars parked down there.
Yeah.
Nature reserve pruning, as in green. That's
It will need to stay in green
Yeah.
because until we get to the thing, with not a lot we can do. So.
Park Road cemetery raised canopy to 3 metres. Into red.
I think you need to designate slightly, it needs to be done, absolutely, but Park Road is a priority. because that's been sitting there for ages, hasn't
I'd
it?
stick it at the top of Amber.
Yeah.
So Park Road Cemetery. I'll play around with all this in a minute. And empty sand pit.
Yeah, that length of time that's been on the,
Do you want to move it across to red?
What are we going to do with sand? Are they just going to pile it for the time being? I mean, you can always use it, can't you?
yeah, I mean, they can do that, or the witch's hat and the seesaws. There's plenty of room in there.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's
I
already
don't.
enough sand in there and they can't.
I
put
don't
more
think
in.
so, because it dips really quite low in there. I think there is. I think the scope.
Well, there's a significant amount of sand still left in the sand pit. A significant amount.
The thing is, if that
Well,
was just
It's
talking
fairly
about
even scratched the
before,
surface,
is
to be honest.
do we, if you're going to try and get the work started for converting it and you're
Yeah.
going to fill it, then if they've got soil available,
They
which
can
they
go straight
have,
in.
you can go straight in. So it's like a swap seed, isn't
Yeah.
it, basically? So even if they have to take it out and store it and then swap with the soil,
So
where do you want to put it?
I'll put that in red.
I would stick it in red, and just in the sense of, because it's been an ongoing thing for so many work schedulings, that it's like, crack on half a day on it and it's done, you know?
Oh, you have got, you know those two big trailer things that they found in the cemetery?
Yeah.
You've got them sitting there that they want to get rid of, but they could be used to store the sand for the moment.
Yeah.
They're decent size.
And then we got Spray Park Road Cemetery, that's ongoing. Oh, I knew that'd happen. Somebody unplugged my laptop. And then you just got the tree at the doctor's surgery.
Which is just the overhanging bit, isn't it?
Yeah, so do you want to leave that in green?
I think it's key that we get Park Road stuff done first. So yeah, we'll leave it in green for now.
Is there anything else in amber that you want to do? You want to start putting the play equipment painting up into red so that that becomes a priority when it's a wet day? Because they need to take it out and put it inside first, don't they?
I would like to think that it would be a priority if it's a wet day by sitting in amber, if that makes sense.
You would hope.
So I think that can be approached, leave it where it is, but broach
Broach the
it in
subject.
work schedule meetings, so that they, you know,
Have they moved any of it yet?
One thing that will become a priority after Christmas, once we get it all ordered, is the organisation and cleaning, etc. of the pavilion. That's going to take a while to sort out and put all the bits and pieces together that we need.
So do they want to be doing some prepping for that now? Well, not now, but sort of between in this work scheduling, so that they're clearing and sorting a little bit when they've got a day where they...
It shouldn't take too long for the stuff to arrive. A lot of it's probably like 1 or 2 days delivery. But it's going to be a bit of a task to organise.
I think that sort of thing can be done around the work when it's a bad day,
Yeah.
because we're going to have quite a few days of negative weather over the next couple of weeks. So, so if you want to put sort of like
It'd be best to do it on a wet day,
yeah,
because then you want to do it sort of all in one day, so you haven't got a mess in the pavilion for
Yeah.
like several days, and you can't work in there.
yeah.
It's sort of once you start it, you can't stop.
Is that amber or red?
Probably amber, because once we've ordered the stuff, it'd be best the next month day just get it done.
Surely it's amber and it goes to red if it's raining.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
weather dependent.
It's
That's-
weather dependent.
That's
and
what I
also
meant
once
about
it's
the
arrived.
the
Yeah.
play equipment. You would like to think that
So if
it's
they're sticking to the lists.
I think that can be
Colours.
explained
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the work schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the play equipment, if it hasn't been removed yet,
Yeah, you
then
can't go through
you
it.
can't do anything with it until you've physically taken it and put it inside. So, you know, those are jobs that when you've got probably, I don't know, quarter of a day left,
Yeah, there is a
you could get that little job
Yeah.
done. and
large
move
amount of
pieces.
stuff in the truck shed and pavilion that could probably be chucked. And again, once you've cleared that out, you're going to have space to put
Yeah.
the equipment to paint it.
I mean,
So it's
there's a large amount of soil that's the side of the tractor shed when we did the Jubilee Garden, that once the sand pit's clear, if we're going to half it can go straight into the sand pit.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just utilising what we're going to do. And in the short term, if we're looking to shrink that by half size-wise, then, you know, it gives us the facility to do that.
Yeah, so I think when we do the work schedule, if you sort of explain all the things that we're thinking about and what we're wanting to do come the spring, summertime,
Yeah.
because once we get into the new financial year, we're going to start ordering all these things, and if we're not ready,
Yeah.
you're going to have a whole time where you can't actually progress with anything, aren't you?
I think the work scheduling or the work reports that they're sending in are working, because it's given us a lot more of an insight as to what's been done week by week. But I think that it's just making that them sort of slight improvements when it comes to the work scheduling, so that we can get them to take relevant ownership of it, so it works effectively. So, anything else on the work scheduling? Obviously, the new troughs are out. Once the scaffolding comes down, they'll put a trough by the chapels as well, because obviously there's that's where they said that there's a tap over there. So
Right at the back.
yep. So they said they'll put one over there. They've got rid of the old ones that's got the holes in. So we've still got 2 or 3 in the pavilion. So
Thank you. Have we got some netting for the top of that tub?
don't
The
know.
barrel?
Don't know.
Oh, she said they've got some spare bits and pieces.
They should have.
Knocking
Needs to be
around.
done.
Yeah.
Right, so point B, to resolve to
Sorry,
agree. Yeah.
resolve to agree.
Oh, sorry. So, proposal for the work scheduling. Thanks, Jess. Second that. Thanks, Rachel. All in favour? Yep. So B, to resolve to agree who will represent the committee at the work scheduling.
So,
When we look at,
well, we haven't got time this week really, have we?
I think it'd be sensible if you could cram it in this week, if you get one in so that they know what they're doing as soon as they come back.
yeah,
But if you can't, you can't.
Wednesday or
we've got
Thursday?
HR on Thursday, haven't we?
Wednesday, please.
Thursday.
Yes, Wednesday's my birthday.
Yes, I know. So Thursday, what time's HR?
10, I think.
10. So what time do you want to do it Thursday?
Do you want
Do you want to do it first thing, before,
9?
so that they can get on,
Yeah.
That's
9.
fine with me.
Yeah.
and then it's done, isn't it?
That's the 22nd. 12th. And who is going to be here?
I'm at work Thursday.
I'm available. So I'm happy if anyone else wants to do as well. Or whichever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
And a seconder, please.
So you're going to take a pick. So that's at 10 HR and the work schedules at 9. Wonderful. Okay, so that's protocol 101, confirmation of date and venue of the next Open Spaces meeting.
4 weeks is full council. So I don't know if you want to take it 5 weeks.
So that would put us week commencing 23rd, yeah? Okay. Any days better than any other days?
I haven't got my schedule in front of me at the moment, so just plan and then I can work accordingly.
Monday the 23rd?
Yeah.
Okay. Monday the 23rd, 5:30, Chaz, is that okay for you?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work until 5 every day except weekends.
By the looks of it, I'll be at work.
You are at work,
Yeah.
so what day are you off that week?
I'm off the 16th.
Yeah, but that's full council.
Yeah, that's on, because I remember working it out. So I'll be in on, I should be in 23rd, 24th, I'm off the 25th, 26th.
So could do the Wednesday or the Thursday?
25th?
25th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wednesday the 25th at 5:30. Okay, meeting closed at 8:06.